Hello, this is Lori Michelle with an Ask the Moshiach video. To vaccinate or not to vaccinate? Whose life is it anyway? Yesterday, I thought I would name it Shakespeare, to be or not to be, to vaccinate or not to vaccinate. That's the question. But that's not the question. The question is, whose life is it anyway? It's the conversation I just had with Hashem, God, the King of the universe. Whose life is it anyway? It's an old movie title from 1981, the year I graduated from college. I'm old, people, and I'm getting older by the minute. And I'm not as old as Moses, but I'm getting there. He says, don't worry about it, keep going. So yesterday, if you saw the thumbnail to this video, that was my arm, this arm, getting a third coronavirus vaccine. I'm over 60, and in Israel, they want people 60 and over to get a third dose because we are in a fourth wave of this pandemic. And I think it was Monday, I just read it now, we had over 6,000 new cases. It's getting bad again here in Israel, and we're staring down at another lockdown, which I hope doesn't happen because I don't think they work. But, well, that's not really what this is about. This is about vaccination and whose life is it anyway? And I read the threads, the message threads, or the chat threads, I should say, on posts online, because there's a lot of arguing going on, especially in America. There's the anti-vaxxers and the people who are very angry at people who won't vaccinate. And there's a lot of finger pointing and a lot of anger. So I'm gonna give you Mashiach's point of view and God's point of view. Number one, he, capital H-E, did not tell me to get the vaccine. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. It was each and every time my decision, but of course I checked in with him and I said, I think I should get the vaccine. Do you agree, disagree? He said, you can get the vaccine. He didn't push me to get it. He didn't stop me from getting it. And if he was dead set against it, he would be very strong. He would probably give me visions of a skull and crossbones and make me very afraid of this vaccine. But he didn't do that. He didn't tell me what to do. And I chose to vaccinate 3 times. This third time is a booster for older people whose immune systems aren't as strong as you young kiddies. And I know that my immune system isn't what it used to be when I was younger. I get colds more often, and I struggle a little more than I used to when I was younger. When I was younger, I rarely got a cold. So I always do everything to the best of my ability. I tried very hard to make the best decisions, and he said, go for it. But I know things that you need to know, and that's what this is all about. Whose life is it anyway? Should you get the vaccine? Should you not get the vaccine? Who has the right to decide if you should be vaccinated or not? Well, first and foremost, I spoke to Hashem this morning, and I agree with him, capital H-I-M. You should not be forced to vaccinate. It's your decision. And just because I vaccinated 3 times, I'm not telling you what to do. He, capital H-E, did not tell me what to do. And I certainly will not tell you what to do. But I thought it over. I weighed the options. I looked at the world, and I decided it's in my personal best interest to protect my health. And Guarding your health is a supreme mitzvah, to guard your health. So I'm guarding my health. I don't want to get sick if I can help it. And I want to protect the people around me. There are a lot of people who are anti-vaccine, and they're very angry about the passport system. Israel has a green passport system. If you've been vaccinated twice, you get to go to the gym, which I go to the gym, and you get extra privileges that if you don't vaccinate, you can't engage in certain activities. Is that unfair? I say no, and I asked Hashem. He just said the words, absolutely not. So you have a right not to vaccinate, but the powers that be, the businesses, the government, have the right to do their very best to control this virus as best they can and protect the health of the people, the population, as best they can. So if you don't vaccinate, I say, stay home. Or if you don't stay home, there's no ID if you get on and off a bus. He said there might be soon. Then go and wear a mask. That's another bugaboo I see online. The anti-maskers, they don't want to wear a mask. In the picture, in the thumbnail of this video, I was wearing a mask. I'm vaccinated 3 times, and I wear a mask on the bus. When I go into a store, I put my mask on. It's polite. I'm being considerate. In Israel, I've noticed people wear their masks like chin straps. They wear it under their mouth and under their nose. And if they do pull it up, they pull it up to here. That's not how you wear a mask. But they don't want to. I don't want to. It's uncomfortable. Guess what? I agree with you. The mask is uncomfortable. It's annoying. But I wear one. Why? Because I don't want to unknowingly have the virus, because you don't know right away, and send it somewhere else and infect other people. I'm very thoughtful about it. I think before I choose. Ani tamid menasa kamitav yecholti. I always try to the best of my ability to choose the very best decision. And when I choose, I think about everybody around me. So vaccinating helps control this pandemic. It did control it here in Israel, and now we have the new Delta variant. So it's bad. And so I'm complying. I wear a mask on the bus and in the stores, and I got my 3rd vaccine. My arm still hurts pretty badly, but I'm okay. And that leads to the other question that I posed in this Ask the Moshiach video. Whose life is it anyway? In the old movie in 1981 with Richard Dreyfuss, he was a sculptor who was in a car accident, and he became a quadriplegic, and he wanted to end his life, and he couldn't. And he was trying very hard to legally have the right to end his life. He didn't want to live anymore. So the question that was posed in that movie is, whose life is it anyway? In that movie, he claimed, this is my life. I have a right to end it. And this video is not about euthanasia or anything, or suicide or assisted suicide, but it was a great question that leads me to vaccinate or not to vaccinate. Why? Because it goes directly to your body and your health and your free will choice to choose anything you want. You can vaccinate or not to vaccinate, but whose life is it anyway? When you make that decision, are you considering that your life is yours and it's your decision because it's your body, and hey, I'm not hurting anyone else anyway. I have a right, me. Is that how you think? Because if you think like that, You are deadly wrong. Whose life is it anyway? I will tell you the answer to that question unequivocally. Your life, my life, everyone's life belongs to him, capital H-I-M. It's his life. This is his. It's on loan. The air, it's his. Everything is his. The water is his. The oceans that we've polluted and destroyed, they're his. But he gives us freedom to choose anything we want. But it all belongs to him. So yesterday, I got a third vaccine. He didn't tell me what to do, but I tried my hardest to consider everyone else, not my life, my body, but yeah, I did consider that. I don't want to get sick. Why don't I want to get sick? Because if I'm sick, I can't do this. I can't help my children. I can't be a productive person in this world, his world. It takes me out of commission, and I don't want to be out of commission. Having said that, if I vaccinate, I could have a reaction and die from the vaccine. I understand that people are very afraid of this vaccine. I understand. I'm a little nervous about it, but I know something that most of the world doesn't know, and the ones who say they know don't behave like they know. Everything is his. Everything I eat, my breath of air, my life, it's all his. So I do my best in every moment to make my best decision, and I consider you and everyone when I decide. It's not all about me. It's first and foremost, who am I affecting with my decision? And I make my best decision, and it's his judgment. He judges. If I take this vaccine and I have a bad reaction, he decided. If I get vaccinated 3 times and next week you find out I died of coronavirus, he decided. He said, rabbis are not listening to you. No redemption. Moshiach, you're gone. I'm taking you back. You don't think he would do that, rabbis? You don't think he would do that? You don't think he would let the Messiah die a horrific death on a ventilator? A lot of people know he would do that. But that doesn't remove my obligation. My obligation here is to do the best, to try my hardest in every moment. And I always, but always try my best. I always do everything to the best of my ability. After that, he decides who will live, who will die, who will get sick, who will be healthy, who will have money, who will be poor. It's his. The money is his. My voice, my physical voice is here because he says yes. So I do my best. Do your best and make your best choice. And if you don't get vaccinated, I understand. But you should also understand that if I go to the gym, I don't want to work out with you. I just don't. I want to protect my health as best I can. And if I work out with someone who's not vaccinated, there's a higher probability that I'm going to catch that virus, vaccinated or not. So vaccinate or not vaccinate, it's your decision. I totally agree. You have freedom to choose, but start to think more about everyone around you. And Israel, wear the mask. Don't wear a chin strap. We're in the middle of a 4th wave. Consider the person next to you. Yesterday, I sat on the bus and an older woman had a chin strap on and she was coughing and wheezing and blowing her nose. And I was a second away from admonishing her, but I bit my tongue and I said, Hashem, I hope I don't get sick. Me, Mashiach, I hope I don't get sick. It's his decision. Today, he says, Lori, you won't get sick. Tomorrow, he can change his mind. Do you have the freedom to change your mind? Well, he certainly does also. And we're right before Rosh Hashanah, when it is written and then it's sealed. So let's see what he decides. I'm doing my best. Are you doing your best? I hope so. Here's the Torah part 2. You get to choose. Are you going to read it cover to cover? Are you going to contact me and be polite and learn what I want to share with you? Or are you going to be rude and send me rude emails, try to scare me that I need to stop this right away? I'm not stopping. Why? Because I'm placed here for a purpose. The purpose that you're here for, but you don't know it yet, to bring world peace now. To get rid of all the viruses and the pollution and the trash all over the Kinneret, Israel. That's why we're here. So I try to the best of my ability. And I suggest you start now because he's watching you and he's judging. I'm praying for you. God bless you.